Today's topic is all about how to create your thoughts to be positive, how to keep your thoughts positively aligned with that which you're trying to create, and why it can become a toxic dance if you are not aware of this one thing. Stay tuned. Welcome to the Law of Attraction Detox, where we detoxify from toxic techniques. Instead, we focus on our true nature right here in the present moment. Right here where all the manifestational power exists. Right here in the present moment is where our creator and creation is happening simultaneously, giving us the intuitive nudges, the intuitive downloads, the push to do this or that, and also drawing in the people, the places, and the things that help bring us closer to that which we desire. And it is something that has been a very, very hot topic for me for a very long time is thoughts, because I'm an analytical thinker. I'm constantly thinking. I'm always wanting to, discover the truth, the true nature, the what's behind the curtain. How are we creating our world? What is the magic here? And how do I work with it? And how do I become a practitioner of that? And so for 20 years, I've been studying this law of attraction, law of assumption now, so many different people teaching me that my thoughts are what's creating things. And to be honest, that paradigm brought me more anxiety than before I knew about the law of attraction. I had more anxiety about my thoughts, becoming afraid of my thoughts, worried that my thoughts would create things. And oh no, I can't control them. They just keep happening. And so what it was doing for me when I was learning these things and these techniques was I was getting more and more anxious about trying to control my thoughts. And for me, I am not going to condone trying to control thoughts, because thoughts just happen. And I would love to share with you in this video why I believe that thoughts just happen versus trying to force ourselves to have different thoughts, and why what I do with myself and my clients works and is so valuable. I offer hypnotherapy. I offer powerhouse sessions where I go deep into the core of you and the blockages that have been keeping you from creating your life effortlessly, from viewing and perceiving your life from a lens of a place that you already have what you desire. And when you already have what you desire, you naturally start to think, behave differently. You naturally start to speak differently, and people naturally start to show up differently for you. And so do circumstances. And so when we dive into those deep underlying reasons why you've been having obstacles to what you desire, it naturally changes and shifts. And so what I'm seeing with my clients is we will program their inner child, which, believe it or not, is actually the subconscious mind. The inner child is like the subconscious mind, and it is there like a computer program keeping us what feels like stuck in a familiar old pattern, but what it's really doing is keeping us safe in the same pattern that it's used to. And so what I do with you in these videos, and what I do one-on-one with you, if you choose to work with me, is I go in and I help you reprogram that so that your conscious mind, your inner child, your subconscious mind, they're all on board and alignment with that which you desire. Because what you desire is not a certain outcome, it is a certain state of being. Because once you have this certain state of being, you no longer have the desire for what you want, and that is when it can happen. Because, let me reframe it. It's not that the desire is bad, it's the wanting of it, which implies that I don't have it. And when you feel like I don't have this thing, you start to naturally behave in a way that brings you further from what you want. You become maybe more needy or anxious in relationships. You try to push a boulder up a mountain versus letting it be. So on this video, what are we talking about with the thoughts? How are we going to create those thoughts? Well, like I just explained, when you go and access the inner world, and have a real conversation with that inner part of yourself, those thoughts will direct you to the part of yourself that needs healed. So if you're having a thought about your situation, use an example. I never get chosen in love, or I never get chosen for the job that I want, or I never have enough money. I can't seem to get it right. I don't know what I'm doing. I have no motivation. I can't figure it out. Like a lot of the words and the phrasing that we use will give us a window into the state of being that we've dominantly been living in for a long time. And that state of being is where our sweet little inner child has been programmed inside of us, needs our love and attention. And so when I give the inner child love and attention, and I am asking it, what do you need? You know, you can say, how old are you? What do you need? What are you experiencing? Maybe you might even get an understanding as to why this part of yourself believes these certain things about your life. I'm afraid. Actually, you know, sometimes it's like the inner child's afraid. I'm afraid that if we are successful, we're going to be, maybe we'll be ridiculed by society. Maybe the more I'm seen, the more people will, shame me or call me out. Or maybe if it's like I'm afraid to get into a relationship because they've always not worked out and failed. And I don't want to be pulled off track anymore. I don't want to be scraping myself off the ground in despair and sadness when this relationship doesn't work out again. And so if this person were to actually choose me, then there's a great chance that I'll be abandoned or neglected again. And so there's usually some sort of reason that to the inner child, it makes a lot of sense. You know, it makes a lot of sense why it has been helping you avoid the thing that you consciously want. Based on the perceptions that it has, which, you know, were formed, but from the time that you were 0 to 9 years old, usually, these perceptions were formed at a time when life didn't really make a lot of sense to begin with. And so now, you know, the reason that your inner child is blocking you and inhibiting you from wanting to go and do that thing, or, seeing your life from a lens that's congruent with the path that you would like to take to bring you to the thing that you want, that inner child is there protecting you because it has this limited belief that if I have that thing that I actually desire, money, wealth, health, freedom, whatever, fill in the blank, then I'm going to actually maybe end up being harmed or abandoned or any number of things, fill in the blank. It's up to you to sit with yourself. And that's why I keep coming back to drop the techniques, drop the desire to create your life different. Let me rephrase that. It's not that you don't desire to create your life different. It's drop the need for life to be different in order for you to feel good. Drop that need. Go into yourself. I don't always feel good. I'm a human. Sometimes I feel sluggish. Sometimes I feel low energy. Sometimes I have human responses. Sometimes I feel angry to circumstances. But it's what I do with it that I get the lesson. What I choose to do with it. I either bring parts of myself back home or I shove further away that fragmented piece of myself. I don't want to experience this, so I'm going to push it away. When paradoxically experiencing that part of yourself is what brings you back into wholeness. And have you ever tried to drive a car that doesn't have all of its parts? Probably not. It wouldn't start without the starter. It wouldn't go without the gas tank. It wouldn't drive. So if you are shoving a part of yourself away, avoiding it, trying to do more techniques, trying to change your circumstances outside of you, it's actually like trying to drive a car without all the pieces. Part of you is not there. Part of you is missing. And you feel that based on your body sensations. You will feel like a part of you is missing. Anxious, maybe a pit in your stomach. You'll notice. But that's only from sitting with yourself. And when you sit with yourself, you can dig in your heels and be like, yes, I'm going to feel this emotion to the best of my ability, and I'm going to learn about whatever it is telling me to the best of my ability so that I can become whole again. So I can become aware that I am a whole creator. And what that feels like is expansion. Like it literally feels like your heart is flowing out into the world. It feels like you can breathe more easily. You feel relaxed. You feel like a sense of knowing that it's already done. Like Neville Goddard says, be in the state of the wish fulfilled. But what that used to do for me would get me so frustrated because I couldn't get there, because I was trying to bypass being with myself. I was trying to force my thoughts to be differently, to come out differently. When that's literally almost impossible. It is so hard to make your brain stop working and stop thinking, you know. When we are breathing, however, conscious breaths in and out, breathing and focusing the energy of expanding your belly all the way down into your pelvis, breathing and imagining that energy coming out and surfacing out through your crown, breathing back in through your crown all the way down. When you're doing that, you can't have a single thought other than focusing and channeling your energy down and back up, down and back up. And that is grace. That is the grace that we get to have as humans from perpetual thoughts. But the beautiful thing is that when you start to do that work, you'll start to have longer and longer spans of just pure consciousness, where you're not having a bunch of random thoughts. You're not out there trying to analyze your world or check to see if your circumstances have changed, because you're actually enjoying this feeling of expansion inside of you. So when you actually go in there and are cultivating through it, you're going through this compost pile and mulching it and flipping it around so that you can create your fertile garden, the soil that you need to create in order to manifest anything. You have to come back to your fertile garden. In order to do that, though, you have to come back and look and smell and turn all of that muck that you've maybe been avoiding. But the beautiful thing is that once you do that, you're liberated from it. Yet again, you're liberated back into wholeness. How do you change your thoughts? How do you keep your thoughts in alignment? Quit focusing on the thing that you wish to create. Quit focusing on the thing so much. How do you do that, Kristen, Sophia? I know, I used to get so frustrated with this. I would type in, how? How do I change my thoughts? How do I stop focusing on a thing? How do I let go? And I'm telling you, it's take the energy and the focus off of the thing, the person, the place, focus it back into yourself. What am I feeling right now that is making me want and desire to create a different circumstance out here so that it will reflect back to me that I am fill in the blank. I am worthy, I am deserving, I'm loved. That's what I'm wanting to experience. I'm wanting my outer world to reflect to me that I am these things, that I feel safe, that I feel whole, I feel complete. I want to feel that way. And that's why I think I want the dream partner, the specific person to fall in love with me, the place to come. I want the job. I want the money. I want those things, right? Because that's going to make me feel a certain way. And every time it's not. Doesn't matter if you get the person, you're still going to feel insecure. If you haven't sat with that part of yourself and asked yourself, hey, sweetie, I'm here with you. What are you afraid of? What are you feeling afraid of and anxious about? That is how you shift your thoughts. They naturally will change. You don't need to do a bunch of crazy you don't need to do affirmations all day long, and they're very helpful to kind of drop you back into the present moment, but they are not going to change the inner state of being very quickly. From my experience, they actually create kind of a disharmony in my body and a feeling of discordance, because I'm trying to plaster wallpaper over a moldy wall. I'm trying to say I'm loved and worthy, I'm amazing, I'm incredible, but at the same time I'm searching social media for this person to want me, or I'm searching for ways to try to make my bank account have more money, and instead I'm missing out on everything that's happening here. If you want help with this, contact me, because this is what I'm here for. This is my purpose in life, is to help people come back home to themselves so that they can undo those barriers, so they can break down the pathways that have been keeping them stuck, and take a look at that part of themselves and bring themselves all back online. Bring yourself all back online. Become the whole creator that you are meant to be. Because if you are a whole creator, you're creating more loving experiences, and that's going to ripple out into every single person's experience on this planet, including my own. That is what I wish for you. And if you want help with this, contact me. I do 3 packs of hypnotherapy. They're powerhouse sessions. They're not just a little tiny blip thing. It's like a whole life-changing thing. It is going to take your course and redirect it so that a year from now you look back and you go, wow, that thing that I did with Kristen, it was like 10 years of work done in one session. And so I hear that often actually from clients, like, wow. If you want help with that, the link is in the description box to go to my website and schedule. Email me if you want more information. It's up to you though. You need to decide, am I going to continue to live my life like this? Or am I going to face whatever it is within me? And if you want help with it, contact me or somebody else that you resonate with to help you hold a mirror and take a look at those things and deconstruct those patterns so that you can feel like a whole creator and start experiencing the effortless creation that flows through us all out onto your screen of reality, because now you're perceiving life from a place of safety. All of you has been brought home. All of you has what it needs. And so now you are flowing love out onto your screen of reality. I hope this video helped you. If you'd like to join my secret group, it's a monthly, very small monthly fee. You get extra videos. We're going to be doing live chats. I'm doing live hypnosis, guided meditations over there. Come check it out. And if you want to get a hold of me about what I do one-on-one, please contact me. So much love to you. Mwah. Till next time.